So you want to beat the notorious level dubbed Phobos. Right now, it's nothing more than a top 600 extreme demon, but back in the day, it used to be the hardest level in the game, being secretly harder than Bloodbath during Bloodbath's reign as the top 1 extreme demon. So beating it is no small task, especially if you just acquired the skill to approach it, which if you're watching this video, I'm assuming is you. Rest assured, with some practice, this is a very doable level, with albeit a few choke points and some sections that are disproportionately harder than the other sections. But if that sounds alright to you, sit back, relax, and let's work through this. Alright, what's up everybody? So, you've made it to the walkthrough part of the video. So again, this is just to tell you what the click patterns are. You're obviously gonna benefit the most if you actually go into the level and do it yourself. But if you get stuck on anything, or if you just need a refresher, then this will help. Also, I'm recording. I have this open and OBS at the same time. So, I'm going to be working with fewer frames. So it's going to be harder for me to actually do the stuff that I know that I can do. This is why I have this camera angle sometimes, so we can switch and I can just show you what's happening. Okay, so that first part, you're landing on this pink orb, onto this platform. You're jumping in between here. Let me hide the pause menu. You're jumping in between here. You're kind of waiting a little bit. You're going to jump here, take this orb. You're going to hit this pink orb into this pad, and then the other pink orb. Then you're not going to click anything. This portal is going to lift you up here. So you're going to be halfway through this portal, and then you're going to click this yellow orb. Wall, blue, purple, or pink. Jump over the triple spike. It's easy. You have more space if you can't see. You just have a little more space. Then you have 1, 2, 3, and you're gonna click on the 4th orb when you drop. And then that's it. You're gonna get into the wave. That's really all there is to it. I'll do it full speed again. It's literally just memory. This, I'm not going to tell you how to do it. It's very straightforward. It's literally just you're waving. Then it's an upside down mini wave. And what you want to do right here, I click 3 times. You're going to want to try to aim as close to this hitbox as you can, and then you're going to hold for the next part. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna hold right there. So the reason why you hold there is, I'll show you. So let's say if I'm too close to here, I'm gonna hit this pad, which is the problem. So I'm gonna hit this pad. If I'm too close to the top row of spikes, right, I'm going to just automatically hit this pad. And the point is that you're trying to avoid this bounce pad right here. You're gonna land on this left block instead of this right one, which is why when you're doing this part, you want to go as close to this hitbox as you can, and you're holding into this other part. Why would they skip the whole thing? Okay, so essentially you're holding into this part. So this part, the first 3 sections, it all becomes regular, but I'll explain it later. Okay, so just to slow that down, it's 1, 2, this first orb, you're going up here, right? So once you're here, you're holding down, so you don't assume the effect of the you're holding down here so you don't assume the effect of this, this orb here, this blue orb. There's I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hitbox right here, and that's what you're bouncing off of, which is why when you click this blue orb, you want to hold down. So you'll just automatically jump onto this structure. And then from this structure, you hit that other blue orb. 1, 2, hold, click, hold. There's a false wall right here, so you're just going to fall onto here. So essentially, after you're done clicking and holding, you're gonna fall up and then hit this blue orb. You're just gonna let your cube go down here. Once you're down here in this false wall, you're gonna jump. That's way more convenient. One, two. Click hold, let go. That's what that is. So here's full speed. Remember, you're going through 2 false walls. So you're holding, click hold, 2 false. There you go. I'll do it one more time. Hold, click hold, let go. Okay. So now we're at Sean's part. This is, when you're doing this, you're going to lock in. The first part just comes naturally, right? The first 14% is just like automatic. This is where you start to have to lock in. So this click pattern is a little weird. So first off, here, I'll just go through it. So you're going to hit this orb before you get into this portal, and then you're going to hit this other orb, and then you're going to click one more time, okay? So it looks like this. That's all you're worried about right now. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. We're just going to break this part down. 1. And that's why you click before you get into that portal. You don't want to do this. And click before the portal. 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Alright, so once you have that down, right? You're going to wait until you're off the platform, about right here. Then you jump. That's the next step. You wait until you're off the platform, then you jump over this triple spike, and then you want to already assume this mini upside down UFO. Then you're going to click down 3 times, and that's what helped me. After you click down 3 times from this upside down mini UFO, get into this portal. It's going to turn you right side up. You're going to want to line yourself up with this dot right here, and you're going to click basically almost instantly. Once you see that you're flipped right side up, you're going to click. But I like to line myself up with this decoration here. Then I click twice out of that part. So it'll be like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, and you click twice. It doesn't matter where you click as long as you're not hitting this. What matters is that you end up sort of touching this platform, right? That's what's going to line you up better for this part. And trust me, I have a lot of experience with Sean. Sean is like, it's a wall when you're first learning this level from 0. It's one of the walls. The sooner you realize that you need to line you need to kind of touch this platform here, the better things will be for you. And that's why you go a little lower on that. But you can always compensate. It doesn't, like, that part doesn't really matter. See how I was basically touching that? That's how it's gonna look. You see how I was touching, essentially? Like, every time, I'm basically touching that platform. And that's going to line you up for this next part. So that next part, you kind of just have to raw skill it from there. I'm not going to lie. So I click like when I'm right here. And it kind of looks like I'm going to touch the spike. Almost. But it's just 2 clicks, and you kind of just have to you have to sight read it almost. But the problem that I had was that I wasn't being lined up for this. If you touch this platform, you're gonna be lined up basically every time, and then you just do a 1, 2, a sight read 1, 2. And you're gonna hit this orb after you're upside down. 1, 2. You're gonna hit this orb, and then you do another 1, 2. So 1, 2. 1, 2, orb, 1, 1, 2, orb, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, We'll do that again. 1, 2, orb, 1, 2, 1, orb, 1. It kind of becomes sight readable after that. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. And then it's just kind of straightforward from there. This is just like, I don't know. You can't really describe it. It's just like raw skill. Yeah, this is just like literally upside down shit. You're going up. What I like to do is kind of sway in between those blocks. Kind of like to sway over those hitboxes. So that by the time I'm like going into the gravity portal or the change direction portal, it kind of lines up. It's not like a straight fly. I find it more comfortable to like go up and down, like sort of swaying, so over these spikes. And then by the time I hit this portal, I'm basically letting go. And then obviously you're gonna want to catch yourself. But by the time I'm in the portal, that's when I'm released. I'm already released, and then when I'm pressing down again, it's to fit myself in between this corridor. That's what I find most useful, but then again, you could literally just straight fly. So this, when you're getting into that transition there, it's literally just a quick 1, 2. 1, and then you're holding, right? Hit the orb, and then you're holding. Then you're gonna let go once you're at the end of the I'll give you hitboxes. So once you're on this platform, that's when you let go. I let go too early, I'm gonna die here, but like once you're here, that's when you let go, and then you can just straighten yourself out. It's pretty easy to do so from there. I literally just tap once to straighten myself out. And then this, you kind of have to sight read it and get used to it. What I will say about this, you're going to want to pay attention to certain parts. So like when I'm up here, I literally look at these two saw blades to try to get over them. Because it's just like a 1, 2. And I use these saw blades as a point of reference. One, 2. And then right here, I kind of just go, once I'm below this saw blade in between these two, I just 1, 2. And you're going to want to hold into this portal. This is just like sight reading. You're just playing chicken with your surroundings. And then obviously, I don't know if you could tell, but you're going to want to go low on that orb. Low. Last second. And then you're going to do this after you assume the gravity, because this is turning you right side up. So like if I buffered that, I'm going to die. See? Eye blades part is your other, it's not a wall, but it definitely makes you pay attention to what you're doing. Alright, so eye blade. All you need to do is, you're doing this part normally. Every portal you hit needs to be in the middle of the portal. And when you're transitioning, you're letting go. Ever so slightly. The hard part is picking it up after you let go ever so slightly. Once you're in effect, once the portal takes effect, you don't want to be holding. You want to be released already. And then the hard part is to just quickly start your wave movement right after the gravity portal takes effect. So if I were to slow it down, you see that? That's what happens if I'm holding. You're just going to go up into the spikes. Which is why you're going to want to release as soon as you're in the portal. And then you pick it back up. Letting go. Same thing with this. And then it's kind of simple from there. Okay. Now we have Pallery. That's like easy demon level. I don't think I need to go over that or that. What I will say about that wave is that it gets you sometimes. So make sure that you're entering it appropriately and that your mini wave is consistent in terms of height, because it'll kill you and you just don't expect it to. It looks like a free wide open part, but it does get you from time to time. And I like to go down on this double speed orb a little bit. Hey, pause. Hey, that actually doesn't need to be paused. That doesn't need to be paused. You can go both ways. And then like by the time I'm at that the first green speed portal is when I pick my ship up. Okay, so from here, you're gonna hit it after it takes its effect. Because you're essentially canceling it out twice, right? It's like you could just, like the level could just let you click and go up there, but it's not doing that. It's like the portal's fucking you up. Which is why you want to click this orb after you're in the portal. That, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna have to click it a little bit faster than you think you're gonna have to. Then you're gonna wait a little bit, click down there, and then you're gonna click up. And by the time you're here, you're gonna be inverted with your ball. And as soon as you get into this portal, you click. So it's like you're bouncing up. And then you just don't do anything until you're out of the structure. You're clicking up into here. And then you can worry about this next part. Okay, so this part, you have to treat it like they're two different things, okay? So you're gonna hold when you're the ship. There's an orb there, so it's like hold, click, hold. But then I want you to treat 1 and 2 differently than you treat 3 and 4. Treat it like they're two separate parts. So it's gonna be 1. You're gonna wait a little bit, because if you click too quickly, then you're gonna hit this. 2 clicks should be good enough for that transition right there. So it's click, hold, click, hold. You're gonna let go by the time you're in that portal, and then you're gonna click twice. 2 times should be enough. Like 2 little clicks should be enough to get you past these 2 spikes. And also, those 2 clicks are gonna line you up for this corridor. And then you kind of just have to raw skill it, hold down, let go a little bit, hold down. So how I'm letting go by the time I'm in the portal, then those 2 like clicks to compensate. But you have to like raw skill this section. It's like a more fucked up version of the Toe 2 choke point. This is literally just the wave. Like I don't know how to describe that. Like you're just gonna have to get past that wave. Aim for the middle. Always aim for the middle of this portal. It gives you the most visibility and it allows you to form a consistent click pattern into this part. So it's just 1, let go, and you're upside down. Okay. It kind of is self-explanatory. You just have to get used to this point. The faster you get used to that part, the more runs you can go on, honestly. Once you're at Dream Eater, it's like a decent chance that you can go far. So once you're in Dream Eater, so I like to hold. I'll hold a little bit, and then I'll let go. It's just easier to hold. So you're going to want to get in the middle of this here. So then what I do is 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, but 1, 2, 3. The third one is a hold. You don't want to hit this orb. So it's a hold, right? You're flying normally, then you're holding. 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 2, 3. That's how you get past that. And I know I'm dying. I'm just showing you like the click and how you're getting past the orb. So 1, 2, 3. So then once you do that, you are going to want to use the orbs. And then it's like a pretty sight readable part. What's not fucking sight readable is this. So this is a very fucked up part. This part made me like not like this level as much because it's supposed to be a symmetrical duel, but it's really not. It's not a symmetrical duel. The way you're entering it, you're basically an asymmetrical ship going through a symmetrical fucking part. It's really fucked up. In my experience, the best way to get past that and to get your ships as close together as possible is to click 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then you can kind of, work from there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is where your wave is going to want to be. So basically, and I told NL Shorty this when he was doing Phobos, and it worked for him. You click 3 times. This is a low click. You're going to try to get as low as possible, but by the time you release, when you're not doing anything to the wave should transition into the middle of the portal. And that's kind of what creates the symmetry into the ship. At least that's from what I found. And then this is a fairly easy section, Tiger Sec, if you don't keep the ships like together. Just keep the ships separated. Don't do shit like this, because then it's gonna like mess you up. Just keep them apart. But sometimes, like, it's not gonna be perfect. Sometimes you just have to compensate like that. So, like, I think one of the ships, like, if you feel like one of your ships is off, look at that one, okay? Like, the ship that you feel that's, like, off, but that's, like, not centered, look at that one and go based on that ship, because chances are your other ship has way more room, and the ship that you're looking at doesn't have as much room. That's how I compensate for when I feel like the ships are thrown off. And I have gotten past this part from 0 by compensating, so it definitely works. So here, look at your UFO. As soon as you hit this, basically as soon as you hit this, you're going to want to click and hold. That's going to allow the ball to jump and be fine over here. But the reason why it's important to look at your UFO rather than your ball is because of this spike right here. So you want to kind of time it better so that it'll not fall onto this spike that's on the right side of the bricks. Because you can very easily do that. Then you're going to jump. You're still looking at your UFO. You're going to jump again, hit the middle of this orb. Then you're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. By the time you get to 4, the ball will have fallen and you would have hit. The 4 is for this, okay? The 4 is so that your ball can hit that orb and get into this section right here, okay? So once you're at 4, middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, you're gonna do 1, 2. The first one is gonna be a hold, and then you're gonna click again for the sake of your ball. The reason why the first one's a hold is so that the UFO is like gonna avoid this bottom portal, this bottom brick right here, so it doesn't hit this bottom brick. So it's essentially click hold, middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then you're gonna be good. That's the hardest part of the level, to be completely honest with you. If you can get past this, you can, like, you're good. Not like from 0, but like if you can do this, you can do any other part in the level. So click hold, middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So click hold, middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Skin's part is kind of like sight readable. So the only part that I really need to explain is that last UFO. So obviously you're holding into that. Like if you're playing a level, this hard, then I think that that's fairly sight readable. Like it's just 1, 2, hold, and then you're holding into here. And once you're in this portal, you can kind of stop holding and straight fly your way into this. Although it's not really a straight fly because like the hitboxes aren't aligned. 1, 2, 1, 2. You're gonna try to hit the middle of this, and then obviously wait for it to go upside down, then hit this orb. You're gonna go here, you're gonna line yourself up with this spike right here, or this saw right here, and then you're gonna do 1, 1, 2, 3. It's almost like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's almost like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Cubson's part is pretty bad, I won't lie. The transition to it, at least. The part in and of itself is easy, but this... So here's how we do it. This is a choke point right here. Obviously, you're going to need to straight fly into, like, past here. The problem is that you're on a curve. You're on an arc, or an arch. So it's going to be very difficult to do that. This is a very big choke point. Thankfully, I never died here from 0 because I fluked the level. But what happens usually is this, right? Either this, or that, you know? It's not an easy part. So what I do, what worked for me, so as soon as you hit the portal, right? You're going to do a little click hold, right? Just a little bit. Then you're going to let go. And then you can kind of treat this normally. You're going to do another click hold. Like that. So you're doing basically 3 click holds. One as soon as you hit the portal. The second one is to get past this. The third one is to get past this saw blade here. Do Cubson's part like every time you get on. And the reason why you want to like, it's a 3rd click hold, right? Is because you want to avoid this spike right here also. So the first click hold is basically to straighten yourself out so that you can kind of like normally hold past the orb for the second one. And then you just do the wave like normal. This is the only hard part of Cubson's part. So, I mean, these are your hitboxes. I can show you the hitboxes. Well, I mean, I think you're better off just like learning that wave on your own. Okay. In 2.2, I don't know, you used to be able to like ride this bottom structure. In 2.2, I just go in between everything. I don't want to fuck around. And then like by the time I'm about to get into the portal, I hold downwards. Okay? I'm holding down so I can go into this lower 3rd section of the portal. I guess you can do that. All that matters is that it gives you all 4 blocks. Like you're traveling on all 4 blocks. That's all that matters. So whatever strategy you find that works best for you, that's truly all that matters. You're gonna all these orb timings, you're gonna find that you have to click a certain way, but other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. That is something that can happen though. You're gonna click late on this, okay? So by the time you get into this portal, it gives you a fair shot. Sometimes, like you just saw, if you click too early, I'll try to kill myself so I can see. It'll just go up here, right? So you want to click late on that orb so you can click down on this. It'll give you a fair shot. So you can actually click down on this blue orb here. But yeah, what I was saying basically is sometimes it'll like do that. As long as you're traveling on all of these, then that's a good transition. Click here. You're going to click in the middle of this orb. Click that second yellow orb. You're going to wait a tiny bit to click on this one. Then you'll click. It'll bring you here. You click on this. You're going to be normal size for a little bit until you're not. Do that pretty quickly. You're going to click this faster than what you believe you're going to. Because you have this speed portal and then it just slows you down. So like full speed, it would be like... And then it's pretty self-explanatory. Watch out for this. And then watch out for this spike as well. This part is fucked up. When I beat this, I thought I was going to die here. And when I got past it, I was like, holy S-word. Sorry, I'm a decent chunk religious, so I can't be saying holy and then swear. So, I hate this part. This is my least favorite part in the entire level. Because of that. It's just a poorly made part. There are a ton of click patterns to get past it. I've seen, I think, 3. What I do is wait until I actually see my UFO from the transition. Click twice really quickly into here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? Then it's going to be 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. You're going to wait a little bit on each of these portals. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. That's so bad. Okay. It takes a lot of practice. But essentially, you're going to want to get in, like, this area. You're going to want to do the click pattern so that your UFO is, like, here. And then you do a quick 1, 2. And then you should be good enough to avoid this. You're going to want to get really low because you're going to want to click to get into here. So you're going to go a little bit lower than what you would normally expect. And you click over that spike. And then by the time you're over the spike, it's just a 1-2 into Woogie's part. Make sure you're hitting the middle. So that part is kind of 1-2, 1-2. This is a quick 1-2. You're going to wait a tiny bit so you can get into the middle of this. And then you're here. You're going to land on this. Straight fly, straight fly. Okay, so you see this right here? You're going to want to rest your ship on here, okay? And then you're going to fly into that portal. And I'm going to explain why we're doing that in a second. That's the easiest way to circumvent this horrible ass robot transition. It's a 1-2, but you're going to want to be kind of going up a little bit. Your first clip will just make sure you're like accumulating in height to where you're going to be above this. You're trying to get into this section, this top half of the portal. And that's kind of how you do it. You just have to like kind of go up with your 2 clicks. But the easiest way to do that, it's a lot harder if you just go like that, you know? Like it's not consistent at all. But if you go here, it's a little bit more consistent. So that's my advice. People have their own path for the last part. You just kind of have to find your own path. I like to go here. I know some people like to like just go here and then go up. Hell no, bro. That's not my style at all. Just have to find your own path to this. Whatever works for you. It's not that complicated of a part. But if you want to take my path, what I do is go up. Hold here so you don't do that. Hold. Going down a tiny bit above this. Hold up here, but not. You don't want to do that. I mean, you could, but I don't usually do that. I usually just avoid that because in full speed it's a little more risky. But like that's my general path. I don't take the 2 portals at the end. I go just below that yellow portal. But, yeah, I think what this said, it's time to go outside. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. So for strategy, here's what I recommend, right? You're going to want to get comfortable with this ending. There's so many different paths you can take. So just find the one that works for you and stick to it. Don't change up, stick to it. And you're going to want to practice this a bunch. Get comfortable with this. And that's a late click. I don't know if I said that, but that's a late click so you don't hit this top spike here. You're going to want to practice that. Just make sure you can do the click pattern. And then you can try to go for 79 to 100. So that's the first thing. And you're going to want to go... Holy F word. Then you're going to want to get comfortable with this. Now this is assuming that you've learned all the parts already. This is your strategy to beat the level and practicing it. Obviously you practice your own way. Everybody practice your like levels their own way. This is just my recommendation. Then we're gonna go and practice dream. We're gonna get comfortable with Tiger Sex part. And then Equar's part. Just make sure you can do that maybe like multiple times a day. And then you can work on skating a little bit. I don't want you to worry about this part at all, okay? And I also don't want you to worry about Razor's part. Okay? Do not worry about those 2 parts nearly as much as you think you're going to. This is the strategy, right? You're only gonna worry about those parts late into, like when you have progress on this level. Like once you're getting to 50 consistently, then you can start practicing those parts more and more. But for now, just stick to learning this stuff. you're gonna want to practice this part from here. Once you get past this part, like, that's when you start to, like, maybe contemplate getting far. And I'm telling you, the more you get past this transition, the better your experience with this level will be. See how I compensated on that that double? My top one was like closer, so I actually looked at my bottom one because it felt a little off, but that's just compensating. Okay, these parts are kind of easy. This part you're gonna want to get in your muscle memory, and it'll come to you pretty quickly. Okay, and then once you have this, then you know you can learn Eye Blade's part. You're gonna be doing Eye Blade's part every day, anyways. I want you to do Eye Blade's part every single day before you do anything else, because it's that sneaky part, right? It's not a wall, but it can get you. And if you get past Eye Blade's part, basically this level is like imbalanced in terms of difficulty, right? If you get past this part, there's a good chance you're gonna get to this part right here. And then you practiced, right? Once you get past this, right? It's like a good chance you can have a run. You're gonna warm up with Eye Blade pretty much every day. And you're gonna warm up with this part every day. Alright? This part, right, and this part is all muscle memory. Right before you start going from 0 is when I want you to like take care of Sean's part. You want to have that comfortable, somewhat comfortable, before you start going to 0. Because really, Sean's part is the wall that like predicates how far you're getting. And then once you're getting like, once you're playing from 0 and you're confident that you can beat it, Sean's part will kill you like maybe 25% of the time. But you have to play his part over and over and over again for the wall to not be there. These parts, these first 3 parts are very, like, they're easy in relation. Like, I don't want you to focus on that too much. You're going to be doing it all the time from 0 anyways. You know, the memory section, you're just going to get better every time you do it. It's Sean's part, that's the wall. And this should just be automatic, right? Muscle memory. Make sure to sway. 1, 2, hold, let go. This is automatic also. But focus here. Look for those spots that can kill you. And make sure you're holding right there. Then you know you practice Eye Blade, you've warmed up with Eye Blade. You might need to like do it again. Stop playing from 0 and do Eye Blade's part again. That's very common. This is automatic. And then you practice this part also. Middle. Now you're at Dream Eater. Now you're going on an actual run. Remember the transition. Hold. Middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Oh, I was talking too much. Middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1, 2, 3. Hold. Hold. Straight fly. And then from 0, so like once you get to Tiger 6 part fairly, like every day, like once you're playing from 0, you get to Tiger 6 part every day, then you can start doing this run, and then you're just gonna get it one of those times. But yeah, that's my general advice for you. Hopefully that helped out a bunch. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and remember, hella people before you beat this, hella people after you have beaten this level. You can definitely be one of those people in between. Just keep at it. You'll get it. It's not the worst level in the world. And yeah, good luck with your journey and good luck with your progress. And I hope that I could help in some way.
Critical error.
Step forth and be recognized.
That was out of fucking nowhere. Oh my god. How, bro? How?